Unity released a brand new business plan that's going to piss off a lot of indie developers and make a lot of people wish that they went to Godot and Unreal Engine sooner. And I want to kind of cover this because I saw on Reddit today that there was this new price change and this new business model, and people are honestly outraged, and kind of see why. The biggest thing is this. Unity wants to charge a Unity runtime fee whenever a user installs your application. So in the scenario of this, there's two stipulations that need to happen first. One, I need to make over $200,000 in 12 months of revenue with my game. And, very important, and I need to have 200,000 installs of my game. Without those two, all is good. But if I meet two of those criteria, here's what will happen. Unity wants to pretty much say, hey, we're providing Unity for you, but we also want to have a Unity runtime fee, which we're going to charge you, the developer, 20 cents for every single time a user downloads your game. Okay, fine, so be it. For Steam, it's not a big deal. It kind of sucks, but it's not that big of a deal because at the end of the day, let's say you charge a game for, let's say, $15. You still have $14.80 once they download that game. That's fine. All right, well, what if your game has some mods to it? Well, let's say the user wants to go and add some mods and, shit. They corrupted their game file. Now they have to go and delete the game, reinstall it again. Well, that sucks for you. You have to actually pay Unity's, what is it called again? It's a Unity freaking runtime fee. Thank you. It's a runtime fee that you have to install it again. Boom, 20 cents again. Well, my PC's acting kind of weird. I actually want to go on my laptop instead. I'm going to go ahead and download it on there. Well, you got to pay the runtime fee again because we're reinstalling the application on a new device. That is what the FAQ kind of talks about now, where it's like on any single device you want to have, we're going to have to pay you and we're going to charge you a Unity runtime fee. That's just the way it talks. Initially in my head as an engineer, it's like, okay, well, like they probably have some like unique identifier for it, but like they don't talk about that at all. They strictly say that every single time an install occurs, once you've met those two criteria, which granted, not many of us are going to meet those criteria. It's going to be a very slim amount of people, right, who actually have 200,000 downloads, but also $200,000 in revenue over 12 months. Very slim amount of people. But for the people who do have that, there's a lot of bad things that can happen as well. And from reading Reddit, people make some great points. It's like, what if there's bad actors? What if someone absolutely hates a game studio so much and they know that they're using Unity, for example? What if they create a script to uninstall and reinstall a game over and over again? I mean, how long does it take to install a game? Maybe 5 minutes? You do that, every single hour of every single day. That's $56 a day just for one computer. $56 a day, over a year, that's, I don't know, something. I'll probably put the number on screen, how much that would cost. It's a lot of money, especially if they're not accruing revenue. Now, the biggest issue I have with this also is that for Steam and those kind of games like Xbox where you're, purchasing a game and it's not like a freemium game for the most part, it's not that big of a deal. It's more so a big deal when it comes to like mobile apps, for example. To break into the mobile app store, it's going to be a little harder for the indie developer, I think, nowadays, because, so you have to imagine this, the mobile market is so much bigger than what it is on Steam. I could probably put up like a statistic right here, like showing like why it's so much bigger, like the actual statistics around it. But the biggest thing is that you're going to have so many people come into it. So the whole idea of like, okay, 200,000 downloads is a lot for a game. I think it's a lot for a game on Steam, but like if you really look at how big the mobile market is, sure, it's still a ton, like without a doubt, but the actual ratio to Steam it's not that drastic. It's very different. So you have to kind of consider that too, which worries me because a lot of those games are free. And if we're having to pay, like let's say an app makes $200,000 a year for 12 months and they have 200,000 downloads, and then let's just say the app, they for some reason they start plummeting, they're not doing that great, but they keep having installs happen. People keep reinstalling the app, uninstalling the app, or some people hate them and they keep doing like bot attacks to reinstall the app and download the app again. They're going to lose so much money. It is going to be horrible for that indie developer. I don't understand this because you'll have engines like Unreal Engine who will pay 5% of your revenue after making like $1 million, I believe. And you also don't have a Unity splash screen. Okay, hold on. You also have to pay for a Unity splash screen with this too. Not only are you getting with this whole idea of having to pay for the app, pay for like this Unity runtime fee, but you're also getting screwed out of a Unity splash screen. They have to pay for the Pro version, which is now 4 times higher than it was previously. It's honestly wild to me, and especially the idea about the different platforms you can play games on. Like I gave the analogy of like Stardew Valley, where it's like I could play Stardew Valley on my computer, my laptop, my Steam Deck. Those 3 installs are going to cost the developer 60 cents right there because I installed it on 3 different platforms. And then also, like, what about the Xbox free Game Pass? Like, when they download it there, is that going to come out of the developer's pocket for the 20 cents that they download for that? You would think they would come out of the portion of the money they make from the revenue of the game, but not actually from the download from a free Game Pass Xbox provides. I think a lot of this is like questions that are just not answered, but like you can go on Reddit right now and actually see like people's stories of like panic because they don't know what to do right now. Like I think I was reading about some company who on Reddit this guy posted about, and he was mentioning how they've been developing this application for about 1.5 years now for Android and iOS, and it's a game, and the actual model. And they're able to back up, like they have, you know, this amount of revenue. They'll meet the criteria for it. But the real model for the game is not going to be sustainable for this 20 cents per install of the Unity runtime fee. They will lose money. And now they're trying to have to retrack their steps and try to figure out, okay, we just almost wasted 2 years of development on an application because of this now. And, you know, it's hard to say because obviously, you know, this is, you know, Unity's business, whatever they want to do with it, that's fine. It sucks when you hear these stories of people who wish they went to Godot or wish they went to Unreal Engine, which had, you know, very static issues of very static methods of payments and like how to get money and how they're going to retrieve money from the business. And now Unity switches it up like this and hey, we're going to go with this pricing model and so what? And it just sucks for that guy because now they can't really do their app because the model won't work for them anymore. It's unfortunate. And I think for me personally, you know, do I think one day I'll ever get to 200,000, you know, in revenue in 12 months and then 200,000 downloads? I don't know. I mean, like I was planning on making a mobile game, but realistically, I'm not too sure if I will be ever to that point. But it's always like a dream. Like you always want people to be able to play your game. You always want a lot of people to play your game. So I don't know. Right now with my development, I'm still trying to figure out if I really want to go with Unity still. It's tough. I really am not too sure what I want to do with it. So right now, there's really not much else to say that other than it's kind of unfortunate. Hopefully they get more information on it because right now it seems that the developers are doing well. They can get really messed out of on it. And they're also probably realizing Unity is that a lot of their money is coming from the mobile market. And they're going to try to capitalize that as much as possible, which makes sense. But it's still, it's unfortunate for some of the developers, especially the one I mentioned on Reddit who is having to go through this and is not able to kind of move forward with their application anymore because they won't be able to afford it and the model just doesn't work anymore. And I'm sure he's not the only one. I'm sure there's other companies and other people who are having to kind of figure out what they want to do now. So yeah, it's kind of a quick spiel, kind of a rant video where I want to talk about because after hearing this news today, I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do in terms of Unity. And I think what I might do now is I might go to Godot and I might try that out, given I've never actually tried the game engine before. But I might give it a shot now, considering I'm not a big fan of this pricing model. Especially, you never know what's going to happen because they might make it worse in the future. Right? You don't know if this is always going to be this way, so I just want to be careful for the future of the game. And also, I don't want to pay 4 times more just to get rid of the splash screen. Yeah, sure, whatever the price was previously, I was going to pay it, but they actually made to get rid of the price screen 4 times more expensive now. I don't know. It just seems like a whole mess, and I don't really want to be a part of it anymore. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I know this is kind of a rant video because just want to get this out there, see what you guys' thoughts are on it. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. And what you guys think in the comments. See you guys.